Support for Radio Friends comes from Labrunerie Financial, where they work to ensure a lifetime of financial security for people from all walks of life, from investment services to retirement plans. If you're looking for a trustworthy company that has the experience and knowledge to put your interests first, contact Labrunerie Financial, a community-based investment counseling firm since 1966. Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on this Monday, November the 16th. Pleasure to have you with us today. Our first guest is not in the studio with us, but he's about 35 miles down Highway 63 in Jefferson City at home. We've got Rob Crouse. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, Paul.
You're here to talk to us about Capital City Productions, and you've got some pretty big things going on right now that you wanted to mention, right?
We do have. We have a wonderful musical coming up for December, Elf the Musical.
Yeah.
For those that are not familiar with the comedy movie with Will Ferrell, it's about a orphan who is transported to the North Pole. He jumps in Santa's bag and grows up there, realizing that as he grows that he's not really an elf, and he comes to New York to find his real family and finds the meaning of Christmas.
Right.
For a lot of people there. It's a great story.
It is. I saw the movie. Is the stage production pretty much along the same lines as the movie?
Yes, except it's got terrific music with it.
Okay.
The music was done by the people that did Aladdin and The Wedding Singer, and so it's got great music.
Okay, so if people want to come to see Elf, it is running when?
Well, we are running 2 weekends with dinner, and those sold out like immediately. So we have added a third weekend.
Okay.
So people can get tickets for Thursday night, December 17th, Friday night, December 18th, or the Saturday matinee on December 19th.
Okay, so
those are show-only tickets.
So what you're saying is the first 2 weekends are totally sold out, the ones with the meal, but you can get the show-only tickets for the following weekend.
Absolutely.
All right. And if people, they can make reservations right now if they want?
Yes. They can call or text 573-681-9612, or they can select their own seats at our website, www.ccpjc.org.
Okay, and it's Elf the Musical. And before we go, Ralph, I want you to... Ralph. I'm thinking of Elf there. Before we go, Rob, I want you to explain the safety precautions that you are taking for everybody that comes into the production.
Oh, absolutely. When you come into the building, there are temperature monitors. You step up and they automatically take the temperature. Nobody is allowed in the building if they have temperature. We have, it looks like Ghostbusters, but it's a giant disinfectant machine. And between every show or every rehearsal, the entire building is disinfected. Because we've got this nice big space, all the tables are social distance, 6 feet apart all the way around.
Okay.
And masks are required.
All right. Rob Crouse, thank you so much for coming by, and I wish you continued success with Capital City Productions. Always a pleasure to chat with you, and hopefully we'll see you next time in the studio.
Absolutely. Thank you, Paul.
You're welcome, Rob. All right, now I want to introduce you to a good friend of mine, Dayna Glanz, who's with us from OsteoStrong. And, you know, we have talked in the past about how OsteoStrong increases strength and bone density, and that's by putting pressure on your bones, right?
Right.
But today you were telling me that it can also help with people who have type 2 diabetes. How can that be?
Well, you know, with OsteoStrong, this osteogenic loading, these heavy loads we put on bones, they cause bones to get more dense. But as a result, the brain says to the body, we need more muscle. So it starts triggering more muscle growth. But it's a different muscle growth than what you see with resistance training. It's actually adding more muscle fibers called myofibrils. And the way it helps with diabetes is that diabetics have difficulty metabolizing glucose. When we add more myofibrils, it allows more sites for that glucose and the insulin to be absorbed by the cell for energy.
So how does the OsteoStrong loading approach to type 2 diabetes compare to weight bearing? You know, if you're lifting weights, it's different, isn't it?
Yes. Jaquish did a study looking at different things like weight bearing, metformin, which is a drug that a lot of type 2 diabetics take. And what he found was that a 7 to 10 minute session per week with osteogenic loading built more receptor sites for the glucose and insulin to be metabolized for energy.
How does that compare with just doing regular exercise or taking drugs for diabetes?
So with walking, his study was 10% greater than even metformin. It's better than resistance training.
What's metformin?
Metformin is a drug that stimulates the pancreas to create more insulin.
Okay. So what it all boils down to is you do the building of your bones with OsteoStrong. There's no drugs involved in it. It's a natural remedy.
Yeah.
Or hopefully a remedy.
And the other thing, it's as far as being above cardio and resistance training, is that how much time are you spending doing cardio? And it's usually 90 to 150 minutes a week.
So how long does it take when you do this?
7 to 10 minutes once a week.
Okay. All right. If people want more information on this, and obviously, you talk to your doctor too. Yeah, talk to your doctor too.
Sure.
But if you want more information, they can contact you how?
We're at, our number is 573-554-5881. You can also Google OsteoStrong and Corporate Lake, which is our facility.
Okay. And what are you doing as far as keeping your facility safe for people who are concerned about COVID-19?
Right. We're following the CDC guidelines for taking temperatures before they're allowed in the studio. We also do sanitizing at the front desk so that they are not contaminating anything with their hands.
And all the equipment is
sanitized after each person.
Okay. Dayna, thank you so much for coming by.
Yeah.
And continued success.
And in celebration of our Osteoporosis Day, we are offering a special membership, one-time enrollment fee. Okay. So come and see us.
Give them a call.